The Motorsports Hall of Fame of America was founded in 1989 in Novi, Michigan, to recognize the accomplishments of those who compete by land, sea, and air. Each year for the past 20 years, new members are inducted during a ceremony, and a museum houses historic vehicles and artifacts belonging to those who have been enshrined.
We have the luxury of a lot of vehicles and a small amount of space, relatively speaking. So there are folks that would like to show off their materials. The auto companies who are involved in racing have been very friendly and very nice. Also, private donors who get a tax deduction, of course, when they make a donation to the nonprofit Hall of Fame, help us out. And then there are racers who have their vehicles, and it's a convenient place to store them, and they sit here and we share them with the public.
In 2008, 7 new members were inducted into the Hall of Fame during a ceremony that took place at the Fillmore in Detroit. In the open wheel category, Michael Andretti was honored. Mario Andretti presented his son for induction.
Thank you very much. It's just quite an honor and so special of a night to be up here with such great people, and then to have it given to me by my father, who, I think if there's ever a single person that has influence on your life and a career, he was definitely the guy for me, that has. And, we've experienced so many great things in auto racing together. I think he shared some of them. And by the way, he was probably the hardest guy I've ever had to pass on a racetrack. It didn't matter whether I was racing him for the lead or in practice or whatever. He always made it hard for me. But, we've just shared so many great times together. And then, as he said, for me, the most special times were when we were teammates. And, I think that's something that not many people can, if anybody, could ever say that they've done, where we were the first father-son team, and I think a successful one, so it was great.
In the stock car category, NASCAR racer Buddy Baker was inducted as part of the 2008 class.
Just, it's overwhelming. I have a serious satellite show I do on Wednesdays and Thursdays of each week, and the outpouring from the drivers that I raced against and the fans last week, it took up 2-3 hour segments of people calling in, like Cale Yarborough and Richard Petty and David Pearson, Junior Johnson, so many of the guys that I raced with, and Tony Stewart called, left word, Jeff Gordon, all of them, and it started sinking in. This is a little bigger than just the Hall of Fame that you're normally inducted into. I'm in quite a few Hall of Fames, but I found out in the past couple of weeks this is one of the great honors that you get from having a past that people are proud of. And it all boils down to one thing: the people I work with and the people who helped me obtain the wins that I had in a 34-year career. And I got a lot of firsts that nobody can take away from me, and this is one of my, I didn't know at the time when they said you're going to be inducted in the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America. I said, well, I'm in quite a few other Halls of Fame. But then I started talking to other people that are in it, and what an honor it is, and I'm overwhelmed. And my father was inducted a few years back, and that makes it even more special.
In the drag racing category, the winningest driver in NHRA history, John Force, joined the elite group.
Well, it's really exciting to me. The people that I love, my sponsors, Castrol and Ford, and seeing Bill Simpson here, he's kept me alive for 30 years, with his company and safety. And safety is what we're all about now. And my daughter Ashley was here tonight, and it's just a great feeling that I can enjoy this with people like the Andretti family and Buddy Baker, and it's just unbelievable. The Perdome, Tom Compton speaking for me here at this rally, at this Motorsports Hall of Fame. I'm tired, but I'm excited, ready to get to Reading tomorrow morning, go racing.
In the historic category, Paul Goldsmith was inducted and was present at the ceremony.
Well, it's sure an honor to be here, and it's really a surprise that they have this car that I first went to Indianapolis with, and got involved in a little accident first lap, but something that I will probably never forget. I think I still have the tire marks where Jerry Unser run up over my shoulder and my arm here. So I remember this car pretty well, and it's sort of an honor to be here and at Motorsports for them to induct me into the Hall of Fame. It's fantastic. They do a fantastic job, and I really appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody all the way through, and it's been a real honor.
In the at-large category, the First Lady of Firsts, Betty Skelton, was recognized for her accomplishments as an aviator and race car driver.
I feel so honored, and I'm so pleased to be here and meet all the people connected with this lovely museum.
What's going through your mind today, seeing past inductees, fellow inductees?
Oh, I see so many pictures here and photographs of people that I've known through the many years. And of course, you asked, this car is the one I drove at Bonneville, and it was quite a thrill. It was owned by Art Arfont, called the Cyclops. It's a drag racing car, and I'd never been in one before and haven't since, and it was quite a wonderful experience.
What was your motivation for climbing into that thing?
Oh, I've been asking people who own beautiful cars for years, or fast cars, I should say, for years to let me borrow them to set a record. And most of the men who had nice car or fast cars weren't interested in a woman operating their machinery, but finally Art Arfont did allow me to drive this one. And it was quite an experience, very interesting.
And you've been behind the wheel of a wide number of vehicles. Does anything stand out in your mind as you look back on your career?
Well, yes, naturally, because I believe in the Corvette, and I'm very interested in the Corvette. Drove it in Daytona for a number of years, and on the beach, not on the racetrack. And I do still like the Corvette, but it won't do what this car does.
Terrific. And compare driving a car to flying your plane. I would imagine there's hardly a comparison there.
Well, most people, especially in this place, which is automobiles mainly, aviation can be even more exciting. I was an airplane pilot in air shows, aerobatic pilot in low altitude air shows. And that was pretty exciting too. I did quite a lot of that and was the world champion for 3 years in a row. Set a lot of records in the airplane, and I enjoyed that too.
What would you most want to be remembered for?
I think primarily doing what I really felt I wanted to do with my life. Most people don't, you know. They can't always, or they make different decisions, but being able to do exactly what you want to do most of your life is a very wonderful, wonderful feeling. It really is.
Also honored in 2008 was the late Richie Ginther in the sports car category and Wayne Rainey in the motorcycle category, who was unable to attend.
This is an incredibly difficult Hall of Fame to get into. We've had names on there, and I won't say which ones, but they've been on for many, many years, and people say, why hasn't so-and-so been inducted? But it's just because the competition is so tremendous that some of the greatest names have waited quite a while before they get into the Hall of Fame. So when they finally do, I think they very much appreciate it. This is a project that goes way deeper than the people who race around the track. These people are the best achievers in America. They personify leadership and teamwork and the spirit of competition. And those of you who would like to get involved with a great nonprofit project, tune in or take a look at www.mshf.com or give us a call here at the Hall of Fame, 800-250-RACE, and try to get involved with the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America.